verdict is in, and fortunately there is both good news and bad news. Check-in is submitted. Now we wait once again to find out my fate. Is food getting dropped? Is cardio getting upped? Is this about to get to the suck part of prep? Gonna have to find out, but until then, gonna take out the dogs because Toby's about to explode. Are you going now? You ready to go bathroom? Yeah? Ow. Okay, be right back. Alright, so I'm just going to cut to the meat of the story again here. And the verdict is in. And fortunately, there is both good news and bad news. So I'll give you the good news first. Good news is that, once again, this week, no changes. Coach says I'm in a good spot. Basically, we're just cruising, and he's got no doubt that I'm going to be ready in time for the competition because we got 8 weeks left and still leaning out, So everything's working. Again, no need to change it. I'm pretty happy about that. My hunger still keeps getting progressively higher, but at least we're not taking away food. We're not upping cardio. So just going to keep doing what I'm doing, following the plan, and wait until he does change something. But I also have some bad news. I had an appointment with my orthopedic doctor, and this was for my shoulder. I know I have a knee issue, but the shoulder has been kind of the more focused right now because I'm doing men's physique. Upper body is obviously important in all aspects of bodybuilding. Knee right now, not so much for me. So the focus has been the shoulder. And I had a cortisone shot done a couple months ago, and it was helpful. So much so, my mood was like so much better, and it's still in effect. I can tell it's kind of starting to wear off a little bit, but it's still enough to where I'm like, cool, I can work with this. It's fine, mostly. But this appointment was to talk to my doctor about whether surgery is in my future, whether this is something that I need, whether this is a step I need to take in order to preserve my shoulder joint, to prolong my bodybuilding career. So after talking with him, he thinks that I definitely should have surgery in order to preserve my shoulder joint for the long term, because essentially what is happening is that my labrum has detached from the bone in my shoulder joint. So he needs to create some sutures and anchor it down so that it stays and heals. So it's attached to the bone in my shoulder joint, because if I don't, then that gives me a higher risk of developing arthritis and then just having it, progressively get worse, kind of like my knee. So I don't want my shoulder to be like my knee, because that would fucking suck. My knee is pretty darn painful, and there's nothing I can do about it. I don't want to end up in that situation with my shoulder. So he thinks definitely need to schedule a surgery, but that will occur after my competition. So at least, there's that. We do have a game plan in place to just keep me going up until competition, and then after that is when all of this will really be more set in stone. Currently waiting on insurance approval and stuff like that. The biggest downside is that it's a 4 to 6 month recovery depending on what he finds, what he repairs, and what all needs to be done. So in my brain, with as many disruptions and hurdles that I've already had to take, surgery from transition surgeries, but then also knee surgeries, it's a hard reality to swallow. Part of me is still wondering if I can push it out a little bit more and then just kind of keep playing it by ear and take a risk. I might do that as well, because bodybuilding also has an expiration date because you can't do it forever. I mean, I'm going to strength train forever. I'm going to lift weights forever. I'm always going to be in the gym working. But competitively speaking, bodybuilding has an expiration date. So, being the age that I am 36, I feel like my expiration date is closer than the majority. Of course, it depends on the individual if you're healthy and all those things. And I'm healthy, it's just my joints are not so much, or they're starting to get older because I'm getting older. So, now I gotta make a decision, and I gotta weigh out the pros and cons of what is best for me in the long run, what is best for me right now. So that right now is what is a little bit blurry, so I gotta figure that out. Because I know that if I end up having the surgery, but then it kind of spirals me out to where I get way behind with bodybuilding, and mentally that's a pretty big hit. So I want to also consider my mental health in this decision. It's a pretty big one. It seems like a no-brainer maybe if you're not into bodybuilding, but there's just a lot going into the decision. And another thing is, financially speaking, this would definitely be a better year to get it done because I've already hit my out-of-pocket max because the whole bowel obstruction thing. But I don't want to make a decision solely off financial situations either. So yeah, all the decisions these days, this one's definitely the hardest. The 4 to 6 month time off is just what I am struggling with the most. So might just kind of play it by ear, try to prolong it, try to just preserve it as much as I can without the surgery, or I might just have the surgery sooner than later, get it over with, because the sooner I have it, the earlier I can start rehabbing and then have a healthier shoulder potentially and not feel as much pain and not have to keep getting cortisone shots and stuff like that. So that's where I'm at. Definitely frustrating trying to digest and process it all, but I have been here before, and that's the thing. I've always come back from whatever hurdle was thrown my way. Was it easy? No. Was it fun? No. But I didn't quit. I was just as determined. I got back on track with things. I always did what I could. Even if I had a bum leg, I would still work my upper body, or I'd work my other leg. So even if I've got a bum shoulder, I'll work my legs and I'll work my other arm. I will do whatever I can as I can. That's what I've always done and what I plan to continue to do. But then that also leaves me with the closing quote. And this one is one of my absolute favorite quotes from Chris Bumstead. So he's a classic physique bodybuilder, and I really look up to the guy. And he's probably one of the most popular bodybuilders out there right now. But here's one of the quotes that he talked about when he won the Olympia a couple years ago. And here it is. Everyone out there whose dreams are scaring you, whose dreams make you want to quit, just don't quit. That's good. Your dreams should be big. They should be scary. Just keep pushing through. It's not about winning. It's not about a trophy. It's about having no quit. It's about giving everything you have so that when you show up on game day before the results are over, you're proud of yourself and you know the work you put in. So, whether I have to have the surgery, rehab my shoulder, or whether I keep pushing through, I'm just not gonna quit. It's just not an option. And if I have a surgery, I will rehab my shoulder the best to my ability. That would be a win for me. If I don't, I'm just gonna keep pushing and do the best I can until I potentially have to have the surgery anyways. But yeah, so that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. I'll see you next time.